The Forgotten Room, where darkness awaits your soul's demise. A horror tale of the devil versus alien. It all started with a key. Dr. Rachel Blackwood, a brilliant archaeologist with a thirst for the unknown, discovered it buried deep in the mountains of a forgotten civilization. The key was ancient, forged from an otherworldly metal that gleamed darkly in the sunlight. Unlike anything she had ever seen, it radiated an eerie energy, pulsating as if it was alive, waiting for someone to unlock its secrets. Against her better judgment, Rachel decided to follow the key's pull. Her team warned her that nothing good could come from meddling with artifacts of the unknown, but her curiosity was stronger than her fear. After days of searching through crumbling ruins and deciphering cryptic writings, she found it. A forgotten room, sealed for millennia in the heart of a hidden temple. The key fit perfectly into the lock, and with a hesitant turn, the massive stone door creaked open. Inside, the air was cold and heavy, weighed down by centuries of undisturbed silence. Darkness oozed from every corner, and a sense of malevolence filled the space. Rachel sat in stunned silence, her heart still racing from the encounter. The room, once a battleground for forces beyond comprehension, now stood eerily quiet. The weight of what had just transpired settled over her like a heavy fog. She clutched the key tightly, its glow fading as if it had exhausted its power. The alien's final words echoed in her mind. "The darkness will return." She knew she couldn't leave the room unchanged. The devil had been banished, but not forever. The ancient evil she had unleashed would come back, and next time it might be unstoppable. Rachel stood shakily, still clutching the key, its cold surface now lifeless in her palm. She glanced around the room, no longer filled with eerie shadows or cosmic light, but instead a somber, unsettling stillness. The alien's warning gnawed at her thoughts. The darkness will return. There was no mistaking the truth behind it. This ancient evil, once awakened, would never be truly banished. She had merely delayed its return. A sense of guilt and dread began to settle in. What had she truly uncovered? The key, a seemingly innocent relic, had opened a door to a realm far beyond her understanding. It wasn't just the devil she had unleashed. The entire balance of forces, light and dark, good and evil, was now unstable. The alien had fought to protect something, humanity perhaps, but even it knew that the battle was far from over. Rachel's mind raced. She couldn't just leave this place, knowing what awaited the world. She needed to find out more about the key, the room, the ancient civilization that had locked it all away. There had to be something, some hidden knowledge or artifact that could help her prevent the return of the darkness for good. The thought of walking away from it all, Rachel emerged from the temple, the weight of the Forgotten Room's curse pressing heavily on her shoulders. The crisp mountain air did nothing to calm her racing mind. As she stood at the temple's entrance, staring down at the landscape below, she realized that the world looked the same, but she was irrevocably changed. Her hands trembled as she pocketed the key, but its presence felt more like a curse than a lifeline. She knew she couldn't return to her team. They would never believe the horrors she had witnessed. What would she even tell them? That she had unlocked a battle between the devil and an alien being in a forgotten room hidden from time. No, this burden was hers alone to carry. Rachel's thoughts turned to the alien's cryptic message. The darkness will return. Was the key somehow connected to a larger cosmic battle? And more importantly, why had it fallen into her hands? Questions swirled around her like a storm. She felt as if the universe had chosen her for reasons she couldn't yet comprehend. But she was certain of one thing. The key was not just a weapon. It was a beacon. The room had been sealed for centuries, perhaps millennia, for a reason. Whatever civilization, Rachel's descent down the mountain was filled with a growing sense of urgency. The key felt heavier with every step, like it was pulling her toward something she couldn't yet understand. The ancient evil she had awakened wasn't just a distant threat. It was alive, waiting, watching. She could feel it, like a cold presence lurking just beyond her vision, creeping ever closer. As she neared the base of the mountain, Rachel's thoughts turned to the alien. Its message had been clear. The darkness would return, but why had it fought so desperately to stop the devil? Could there be more of its kind out there? Beings that had been battling this ancient evil for centuries, millennia even? And if so, why had it chosen her to play a part in this cosmic struggle? The questions gnawed at her, but the answers remained elusive. The world was larger, darker, and more dangerous than she had ever imagined, and she was at the center of it. For the first time, Rachel felt utterly alone. No one else knew the horror she had unleashed, and the burden of preventing the apocalypse rested solely on her shoulders. Reaching her camp, Rachel found her team packing up, oblivious to the terror.